I was, I guess, put on hold from talking about what we're about to talk about today. Going to stir the pot with this video. It's just, there's different levels of relationships with spirituality and religion, and I'm not even going to get into the details. I have a video that I might take clips of that and put it on this, just so we can further like get into the details of where I'm trying to get to.
Now, throughout this 30-day soul reset challenge, yes, we are responsible for this growth period. We are responsible for our own journey. We are also responsible for which path we may choose. There is nobody out here that can tell you which direction you're supposed to take. You know, you are entitled to choosing your own life, your own happiness, what makes you happy. The goals that you set for yourself are your responsibility. And when we bring up the term spirituality for us, what makes us feel whole in the soul, like not a whole, like WHOLE, whole. What fulfills us, what makes us feel full. You know, like it's going to take dipping our hands and our hearts and our perspectives in a little bit of different things in order to realize where we belong. So when this affirmation speaks of you're only responsible for your own spiritual journey, you are. And can't nobody tell you otherwise. Now, I'm not telling anybody who practices a certain religion to step out and go do something different. That's not for me to say. But it is my opinion that there are people who grow up with a certain religious background who end up rebelling and doing their own path anyways, because it's so embedded in their head that if they do that, then they're doing something wrong. And there's nothing wrong with that, because again, at the end of the day, when we die and it is our last day, we want to make sure we know where we're going. We want to know what is after the life that we are given right now. You know, like it's there's nothing wrong with learning the knowledge of it. You know, even if it's not something that you're comfortable with, even though if it's not something you practice, even though if it's something that's completely against your family, you know, whatever they say, if it's completely against them, there's nothing wrong with learning about it, because when you learn about it is when you're like curious. Do I want to try this? Do I want to go out and about? Do I want to hell? And if you do this and if you do this and you do this and you do this, you're going to go to hell. You're going to go to hell. You're going to go to hell. That's all I remember being drilled in my head. So it kind of like, I never seen the good things out of it. I never seen the benefit out of it. I was surrounded by people who weren't the same people they were in church as they was outside of church. So I was conflicted on like what was the point in going to church if you're just going to act some type of way outside of church. So as I got older, I did begin, like, I was going through my struggles and my hard times, and I began reading the Bible, and I read it again, and I read it again. And it was, instead of it being what I needed just on a regular day, I read it in order to strengthen my faith, because I was going through hard times and I needed something to believe in. I needed some type of hope. It started with that, and then it went to only whenever I needed faith. And then it turned into, that's all I need is faith. The angels, you know, our ancestors, I believe in all of that because we come from somewhere. We are so deep rooted that there are higher callings for people. Like, we are here for a purpose, and I strongly believe that. Like, people think that we're here just to be here, just to take up space. No, we're not here just to take up space. We're here to serve a purpose. We are here to let ourselves be known. Now, the journey to get there can be short, it can be long. It just really depends on what we're supposed to task and tackle through in the meantime, you know? So, and that's what it took for me. The core of me felt like I was here for a bigger purpose. I just didn't know what, you know? So I did not give up, and I do not give up, and I will not give up until I found my purpose and until I fulfilled my purpose. And to this day, I still feel like my purpose is to guide others with my own knowledge and wisdom from what I've been through, which we'll carry that on in a different video. I'm like carrying on this affirmation super long, but I just wanted to break down the gist and the importance of spirituality. Like, it's
defining us as individuals and how we're all connected cosmically, okay? I've always believed that. I'm like, look, I can believe in God, but I believe in the moons and the stars and the sun too, because without those, life as we know it would be kind of funny, right? I mean, like, we grew up learning about planets, and we can see the moon and the stars and the sun every day, every night. So who would I to be to not believe that we're all connected somehow, and that God didn't create all of this as a universe? I mean, that is still connected to this world, this bubble that we live in. Our days wouldn't be considered a day without the sun and the moon. Okay? Like, how we function is determined upon moon cycles. And we will definitely make another video about that, but I'm just saying. If you're one of those people who've never really paid attention to it, you ever realize that when we have full moons, how people start to act all erratic, and there's a whole lot of like chaos, and people are in bad moods and stuff? That's normally people who aren't in tune with themselves or have some type of imbalance in their lives, is because their belief systems are off kilter. Now that I said that, maybe and hopefully you'll pick up on that from this day forward. Created to never really give up on what I was doing, on who I wanted to be, any of that. And I always felt like I was made, I am here for a special purpose. Felt like I didn't quite belong with the people that I have bloodlines with, okay? I didn't feel like I was like that person or the next person or my cousins or my mom or my dad. I didn't feel like nobody. I didn't really know who I was. I know that I became this person who believed one day God would show me my purpose and what all this means to me, and why all the things I went through, created me to be this person that I am today. And, it's like I was telling my son earlier, I said, sometimes you might have a random conversation and you just like stare at one thing. And at the moment I was staring outside the screen door looking at the grass, and I'm just like, I just think about how far I've came. Am I exactly where I would prefer to be? No. Am I exactly where I should be? Yes. As a person, yes. So my point of making this video in specific is to let you all know that I have never really spoke about religious matters because it is such a touchy topic nowadays. But I've prayed on how to make a video about this once or twice, and up until just recently I have came in contact with the person I'm supposed to be. I say that like she called me on the phone like, hey, boop, 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 boop. Hello? Hey Starla, did you know that you're going to be somebody magnificent one day? Really? I didn't think so. I've always had this doubt and this worry that I'll never find my purpose. Oh, best believe. You're exactly who you're supposed to be and you're amazing. So, honor it. Okay, thanks. Beep. This isn't coming from, I'm better than you or better than anybody else. This is me making a video telling you that you may not know who you are today, and maybe you do. Maybe you know exactly what you are destined to do, and maybe you have a dream and a passion, and I'm all for it. You all know that all my videos are all about finding your purpose, living in the truth, experimenting different things, going after what it is that you love, whatever makes you happy. We get to a certain point in our life to where we get pulled in a certain direction. What do you think's pulling you? The little child within you who's telling you this is what you wanted to be when you were younger. You just didn't know it. The little child in me said, Starla, you are somebody who's supposed to guide and lead and protect and nurture. But you can't do it until you heal and you experience some hard times and troubles and obstacles. And when you get through that, you will see exactly who you're supposed to be. Now, I had little hints, little breadcrumbs here and there from the past few years on an idea of what I wanted to do with my life. But it all seemed kind of murky and all kind of blurry, and I just didn't know what I wanted. There's just so much going on, and you know, and I wasn't done healing. I hadn't got comfortable with being in that area of my life where I wanted to talk about certain things, you know. It's like I kind of like kept things undercover. I'm here today to say that it gets worse before it gets better. If you feel like you're a black sheep, you're unsure of your role in people's lives. You've lost friendships, you've lost relationships, nothing seems to work out. You get hired and fired so much, you don't even know if you're ever going to be able to have 401k. If you got a passion that you keep trying to attempt to work on, it keeps failing. But you keep trying. And you don't give up. I promise you, you're destined for something much bigger than what everybody around you believes you are to be. And I'll be honest, I wouldn't have gotten to this point if I hadn't spoke to our high and almighty God. He led me through certain situations, into certain situations, around certain situations. And trust me, you all, I wouldn't have been able to make this video if I wasn't secure in everything that I've been through was for a reason. They say what don't kill us makes us stronger. But I say that what nearly defeats us is what makes us wiser. Now, I won't be able to make the next video without this video. So, I hope you all stay tuned. Make sure to follow my channel for upcoming videos. I'm getting kind of back in my groove. This is something I love doing. I say this in all of the videos. Sometimes we just gotta take a break. And that was my biggest lesson lately, is I had to take a break, had to take a step back from reality, strategically figure some stuff out, pray. Everything's going to be okay. And if nobody has told you lately, everything's going to be okay. I can't speak on behalf of people who live in doubt and worry and stress. Lord knows that I have extended my hand in so many ways in order to help and guide and lead people who aren't living the best or are miserable with their life or living in a life of denial. But I have learned truth hurts, and some people aren't willing to get up out of that lifestyle. I am led and guided to help and nurture people who want it and need it in order to help themselves, not to just take advantage of me. And I'm the type of person nowadays, I know the difference. So hope you all liked my video. I know it's kind of sporadic and all over the place, but please stay tuned. Like I said, there might be some little weird clips in between this video. Hope you all have a blessed weekend. Talk to y'all later.